That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Well, that's about as good as it gets, gang. Your Milwaukee Brewers kicking off the 2026 season emphatically. 14-2, the final score. For a minute there, I thought I was watching a little NFL action at AmFam Field as they continue to put up the runs. Just an absolute drubbing of the White Sox. And I got to be honest with you, when it started for the White Sox with that solo shot, I was like, oh no.
Give up a leadoff dinger to a guy who had 5 all of last year. Not a great start.
Oh, here we go. All right, Miz, lock it in. Let's start throwing some strikes. Let's start sitting guys down. And he did. He certainly did. And we will get into the details of the game as the morning goes on. A lot of stuff to get to there. You want to talk about the pitching. You want to talk about the offense. You want to talk about anything else. We are here for you this morning. But I want to talk about the festivities. I want to talk about how opening day, you got people just tying one on, if you will. When I was leaving at 9:03, cars. Yeah. Every single artery, cars already lining up, getting their tailgating spots ready. It was another reminder, Chew, that we certainly know how to throw a party. It was another reminder, Gabe. Guess we'll get to that.
We're having a little connection issue here. I don't know why.
Oh, Josh's voice sounds a little weak.
It was another reminder that here in Wisconsin,
doesn't seem very strong on this Friday.
We know how to throw a party. Right, Gabe?
Yeah, look, I did not partake in the festivities as much as others did. Walking into the ballpark yesterday, certainly plenty of tailgates, more than you typically see, because this is one of those tailgating days. Everybody's excited. And look, the weather before the game, after the game wasn't great. Before the game, sun was shining. Yep. Yeah, maybe a little windy, but I mean, for the end of March, I don't think you could ask for much more for tailgating. So people were taking advantage of that, certainly. You know, and then there were some that just had a little bit more fun than others. You know, some of us got tattoos yesterday. Some of us stopped at different places. Had a couple, had a couple of cold ones.
So let's begin. Joshy, you produced the show for us in the morning, which is fantastic. You know, there's a lot of logistics that go on with a live show on site. We were at AmFam Field. You absolutely nailed it. And what did you do immediately following Jen, Gabe, and Chewy yesterday morning?
Went to the bar.
Yeah, you did.
Sure did.
And then, was this at the bar? Did you go to the bar where you got the tattoo?
Yeah, same one, same very one. Yep, went right there. One of the first people in line.
Love it. Love that for you.
Yeah.
What made you decide on the brat?
Josh is trying to get his shot figured out for the stream.
Well,
I can see him.
We got a lot going on
Chewy's
right now.
having issues connecting, and this is a Josh story, so we need him, but we also need him to make the sound good, or the show sound good. So
can you see right now what we're dealing with?
No.
Joshy's head. I saw his hat for a while. I'm looking at his hat. Now I've got there he is.
Manually adjust the camera.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you go to the bar, you grab a brewski, and you grab a tattoo.
Yeah. It seems like the natural progression of things. We talked about the flash tattoos. They had them all there that were up for offer. There's no one in line. And I said, well, we had a lot of big talkers. A lot of people who were saying, I'm going to get a tattoo, I'm going to get a tattoo. And then it was just me. So I ended up with a bratwurst. I've got the bratwurst on my arm now. It'll be there forever. We can see it here. Hold on one second. There it is.
Oh, look at our guy. Look at our guy.
What made you decide on the bratwurst?
One, the size of it and the speed at which it could get done at. I was talking to the artist there, Lou. Great guy, fun time. And he said, this will take me like 5-10 minutes. And I said, well, because I want to go mingle. I want to go talk with my friends. I want to go see other people. And that's what we ended up with.
I feel like he maybe was referring to me when he said it. A bunch of people said they were going to get tattoos, and I was the only one that was there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, but I'm willing to bet if there was a long line, Josh would not have done it yesterday. There's not a chance.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But because there was a short line, It's like, okay, I can get this one done.
Basically, you only have so much opening day real estate.
Right.
And so you gotta...
Exactly. There was literally no one there. I mean, it was full after that. I just was at a time when no one was there entertaining it.
Got to be judicious with how you use your time. And it sounds like Josh, you really took full advantage of his time.
He was there. It's just like, okay, let's go check this thing out.
He gets the tattoo. And Josh, did you stay at that bar to watch the game, or did you bop around a little bit?
No, I went to the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're at the game, enjoying the game. And then what happened?
I enjoyed the game.
Okay, well, all right. Well, just to see if you can fill in some blanks for me, yes. Because I got a text. Because I too went to the game. I was at the game, enjoyed it. And, I was finished watching up some of the NCAA games yesterday. Thought, I'll check out the baseball game on NBC. It's back, baseball's back on NBC. So I'm watching a little bit of Diamondbacks and Dodgers. And I get a text from Mussolini. Gabe, I just want to go on the record that I'm home. Tried to get Josh to come home with me because he works tomorrow, and he refused. So I am no longer responsible for him.
I mean, I didn't think anyone was responsible for me ever. I'm here. Look at me. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Wait a minute. Was this after the game? I mean,
this was 9:21 last night.
9:21.
9:21, which Josh had claimed in our show group text, that he was going to be home sleeping by, 8:30, 9 o'clock?
So that's what happened last year. This year, things got a little out of, I mean, it's unbelievable to get snitched on, going right to Gabe and this, what the heck is that about? I saw those text messages while I was sitting there enjoying a cold beer, and I said, I don't got time for this.
Yeah, because she did, it was a text that she sent to me and Josh.
I can't deal with this. That's future me problems.
She continued. Also, multiple fans met me out, said I was nice, in all caps, despite the Mussolini nickname. So I would also like that on the record.
We did run into Chris and MKE and a handful of other people. And I got to say, seeing somebody, a relative stranger, but a fan of the program, go, "Oh, you're Mussolini?" is an experience that I didn't think about that when I gave the nickname.
But
prior.
Here we are.
Should have definitely taken a sick day.
All right, we got it.
Holy, you forget how to drive the bus there, big guy? Huh? Sounds like you had a couple grits last night too.
Maybe.
And then the final thing from Mussolini. She did say that she hopes that we covered this topic that we're currently covering on the show because she had to walk home by herself. Josh made Mussolini walk home from the bar by herself last night.
That's inaccurate. We have a neighbor that lives literally on the same street. They walk together.
So are you in the doghouse?
We'll find out here in about an hour and a half when the wake up happens.
I'm going to give you a little hint here, buddy. You are.
Yeah.
All right. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to translate these text messages.
She went home to go to sleep. Josh had to wake up early this morning, so yeah, he's got no idea if he's in the doghouse. Yeah. There's not a lot of communication past these texts. I mean, it might be some of your business.
Do you need some advice?
From you? No.
Well, just for funsies, too, what would your advice be to Joshy?
Flowers. Champagne, strawberries.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
No. Although I smell a derby party, unauthorized derby party. There's going to be a party that Joshy really doesn't want to be a part of, but hey, suck it up, Buttercup.
My life has been sucking it up.
It's weird.
Let's yeah, I was about to say, if we're being completely honest, if Mussolini wants to have a derby party, it was going to happen regardless of Josh's actions last
and you're
night.
going to be dehydrating those oranges, buddy, so get ready.
I forgot.
So,
about
Josh,
those.
when did you make the decision to put the pedal to the ground?
Yeah.
After you left the game?
It's a great question by the journalist, too, by the way.
It is a great question. And the best thing I can say is you don't make the decision makes you sometimes. and things, you run into some old friends you haven't seen in a while. Next thing you know, we're having a great time.
You see, I knew you were in trouble when I got the text. Hold. Just like, bought him a shot. And that had to be around not even one.
No,
That's
so-
when I knew you were in trouble.
11:55.
Yeah, so Josh
when I heard bought him a shot, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's Chris and MKE. You can see him in the YouTube chat right now. I walked up to the bar and I heard, keep up the good work, Josh. And my head snapped around and I said, well, who's that got to be? And he introduced himself. And, being the nice guy I am, making fans everywhere, said, let's take a shot here.
So Joshy had sent us a couple of pictures of the tattoo setup and then a video of the tattoo getting done. And Chewy asked the question, hammered, at 10:30.
I wasn't. Not yet.
Josh said, 1 beer, 1 shot. I'm on the show tomorrow. I'll be in bed by 8. Ha ha.
Didn't quite work
I
out
undershot it by 3 hours.
Oh, man. Staying
Wait,
out till 11 on
and
a
just
school night,
remind
man.
the loyal listeners, what time do you walk in the building here in the morning?
5 a.m. Hey.
No, I mean, you just take a nap today, pal. Okay, at some point. At some
Don't
point.
have to tell him twice.
Yeah, again, that might be one of those, the nap chooses you, not you
correct.
choosing the nap. I do like that at some point during the day you made a conscious decision that it was going off the rails and you were just like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Just grab the handrails and say, Jesus, take the wheel.
I mean, Mussolini tried to take the wheel and you threw her hands off of it. She was trying to look out
Can't
for you.
let that happen.
That reminds me of me and Frank in our day, where we'd go down to Milwaukee, take a limo on a Thursday night, leave there about 2:30, get about half hour from the stadium, and say, should we just sleep in the limo at the stadium or go home?
And what would you choose?
A lot of times we just sleep in the
That's
limo.
what I thought. I will say this, though. If there's any day that you can tie one on and people will be like, yeah, I get it. It's awesome. It's opening day, right? What are
Yeah.
the other days of the year where if you're like Joshy and you decide to extend your bedtime by 3 hours and maybe cut down on your sleep?
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, totally.
4th of July, you usually get the next day off, right? Don't you usually
No, I mean,
celebrate?
usually you get the 4th off. I mean, depending upon when it falls, I mean, you would have to take the 5th off.
Yeah, but
This
a
year,
lot
the
of
4th
times
falls
you
on a
celebrate
weekend.
it on the 3rd, yeah.
What about like a Memorial Day or a Labor Day?
I feel like you've made no. I don't feel like people are tying one on that Monday. I mean, some people certainly do. I think younger people might.
Yeah.
But
Speak for yourself.
when's the last time you tied one on Labor Day?
A Super Bowl?
Sure.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, like Super
Yeah.
Bowl party.
Still, it's a Sunday. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but you got to work the next day. That's
I mean, if your team's in it, it's probably different than just observing.
Correct.
Yeah.
this might be one on the power rankings as far as
Yeah.
this specific category of like maybe things got a little crazier than you thought they were going to, and people are like, yeah, I get it. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can self-report. I haven't done this in a long time on a school night. So
How are you feeling? How are you hanging in
I'm
there?
good.
How much sleep?
What?
How much sleep?
Like 5 hours?
Oh.
Yeah, we're fine. We're cooking.
I'm a big Cinco de Mayo guy,
Really?
which is coming up. Oh, yeah.
Because you're
Cinco de
so
Mayo.
Mexican?
Yeah, there's probably some in me somewhere.
Not how that
Doesn't
works.
seem like
Yeah,
it.
you're Polish, but it's fine.
Doesn't really seem like it, pal.
What's that?
Said it doesn't really seem like it.
No.
Yeah,
No,
you know one line of Spanish.
I'm pretty fluent.
No, you know one line.
Que paso, estúpido? I thought you were my number one vato.
And there it is.
That entire the second sentence was in English. It was in English. It wasn't even in Spanish.
No, vato is something. I don't know what it is, but
I'm uncomfortable.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Congratulations to Josh, who stayed out late on a school night and apparently made his girlfriend very, 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 very worried.
Well, I mean, I think she just wanted, she wanted the record
She
to
wanted to
reflect.
snitch.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
And eventually she also wanted to let it be known that people think she's nice despite the nickname Mussolini.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
but and that Josh, you made her a minor celebrity in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so credit to me. Pat on the back to me.
You should get a pass.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It ain't gonna work, but it's worth a shot.
We'll try anything.
John in Milwaukee says, in the drinking years, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is always the one where you tie one on.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Whiskey Wednesday.
Whiskey Wednesday.
The amount of Thanksgivings I've had that are barely just
A blur.
you're just gripping the wheel, just hoping for the best.
I mean, again, you have to wake up at some point on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but at the same time, very few people have to wake up at the hour you did on Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and also Thanksgiving's a nap holiday, so you can get away with it a little
true.
bit. A big nap, you can figure that into your Thanksgiving.
Oh, the tryptophan. All right, we'll roll on. We got Jason Wilde coming up, and we'll talk about the Brewers, and we got a lot of stuff, including, are we very close to replacement refs in the NFL? We'll discuss that as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
Boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more with Events by Design. The creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do. Look, you need to be planning now for any event you've got coming up this spring, summer, maybe even into the fall. Start thinking about those ideas now. What do you want it to look like? The team at Events by Design is going to help bring that to life. They've probably got a few ideas as well to help you plan and implement these ideas. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. So retain top talent. Invest in that culture today. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a little bit of a backup on northbound 41 from about Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh. That's really the worst of it right now. We just have a little bit of a backup on eastbound 94 heading out of the stadium interchange, pretty much from 39th Street to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly sunny skies, a slight chance for afternoon snow showers, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick. Your email said you had a big surprise. Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring. They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that? Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for. Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with a 1-carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is ready to slip someone into a green jacket. The next tournament of the season's here, and there's $1,000 in cash prizes. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a 2-man scramble at Georgia Golf Club, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious, state-of-the-art simulators. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and all teams must compete their round by March 31st. Who's walking away with the cash, and who's earning that green jacket?
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
Lots of reaction rolling in on the Carbless talk and text line regarding Joshy's excellent adventure yesterday. We'll get to that as the show rolls on. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
I'm terrible. Terrible.
Poor Kay.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night. I tossed. I turned. I kept thinking over. I just could not turn my brain off. I kept thinking, what was Chewy going to ask me yesterday, and will he remember to ask it today?
I did. I was actually doing laps around the pool, and I'm like, what the hell was I going to ask Jason? It's a very good question.
All right, go ahead. Give it to me.
Jason, do you have an update on Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons' ACL injury?
Nope. All right, what's next?
Oh, man.
I saw some video of Micah Parsons working out with some, European soccer team or something. Look, I saw that someone, some sports book or something, quoted one of the other beat writers about the fact that he's going to be out. He's going to miss the first 3 or 4 games. Yeah, we all know. We know he's going to miss the opener, or at least he knows he's going to miss the opener. The timeline that his rehab, I'm talking about Micah Parsons now, had him at. He said it from the very jump. Now, he suffered the injury, I think, December 14th. I think we talked to him on January 12th was locker room cleanout. And I think he's realistic that at 26, 27 years old, he can't, push the envelope to such a degree that he puts the rest of his career in jeopardy. And the Packers, with the pretty penny they paid him after trading for him, don't want him to do that either. So I think his goal is to play in a game in September. Now, when we talked to Tucker Kraft at locker room cleanout, he is confident Obviously, his injury happened, November 2nd, I think, against Carolina, if my memory is serving me correctly. That gives him nearly 6 weeks of a jump on Micah Parsons. So he believes he will be ready for the opener. He said that he thinks the timeline will be a lot like when he tore his pec in the offseason going into 2024, when he was sidelined early in camp, but was really able to get going pretty quickly. I think that's his timeline. I have not gotten any indication that has changed. Now, again, when I talked to the Packers medical staff, it is, as you well know, never on the record, and it is usually about one of my children who's dealing with an injury. So I don't know anything further than that.
So, Jason, with the transition from Doc McKenzie, are we expecting – because he always had the reputation of being one of the most conservative, in terms of Packers dealing with injuries. And with the passing of the torch in that department, is that the expectation going forward, that the Packers are going to remain to be pretty conservative with their timelines and making sure guys are at, fully 100% before they come back from big injuries like this?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Gabe. And I will say this, and you guys know I love Doc McKenzie, and Couch loves to make fun of him examining my foot injury in the parking lot of the local high school during camp last year. Not that he was being kept from taking care of much more important people who were the people on the 90-man roster at the time. But I got to tell you, I had my first extended interaction with Dr. Michael Ryan, who is the new team physician, and he blew me away. And I don't mean this in a slight of Doc McKenzie in any way, but he's obviously old school. I mean, he worked on Chewy, for God's sake, right?
I almost killed
that
him
means.
one time.
Excuse me?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to need to hear more about that.
Well, I tore my PCL first game of the year against Chicago, and got tackled, and I knew something was wrong because I could feel my knee sliding. And he said, "You're going to be done for a while." And I took my helmet, and I didn't realize I came about a millimeter from his head and smashed it on the bench. I was like, sorry, my emotions got the best of me. But Jason, why do you
calmly said that to him after you almost murdered him?
Yeah, after I got off of my Agent Orange high when I came down. So. But Jason, why do you think the training staff received such a bad grade in the player survey?
I was absolutely shocked by that.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about this at the time. The methodology of that survey. I don't know how many disgruntled employees, right? If you get a couple of guys who really have an issue with how they did things and they flunk them, and they say flunk you, I'd be curious to know, how much does that weigh down and cancel out whatever might be positive grades, right? And then you've got some guys that, there's some guys that probably, are they're fine, nothing special. So yeah, to me, that was the biggest surprise of those grades, frankly, because, you hear guys talk about Nate and about Flea the way they do. And I feel like there are, I feel like if there were guys that were really unhappy, I feel like I know guys well enough that I would have heard about it. Right. And so that really took me by surprise. To briefly get back, after the near murder of the team physician. It's a great question, Gabe. I do think, and as I was saying, I do think having someone, Dr. Ryan is much younger than Pat, obviously. I think he's got some newer, fresher ideas because technology and our knowledge have increased. Not that Doc McKenzie was out of date by any means, but he also has different specialties. So I whether or not he's ultra conservative, I actually would say that there were some instances last year that it felt to me like the Doc McKenzie better safe than sorry were being ignored. And what did we have happen, right? I mean, Zach Tom being the primary example. I mean, playing one blank and play. Like, I've never seen that during the Pat McKenzie era. So maybe, and look, that, doctors obviously take that vow, the Hippocratic oath of do no harm. And those guys take that obviously uber seriously. I do wonder sometimes if, even in today's NFL, certainly in Chewie's NFL, if there are guys that just feel immense pressure of, look, I got to be out there. Whether it's Zach Tom, who I'm our best offensive lineman, they just paid me a boatload of money, I got to go out there and play. Or whether it's guys that are on the fringe and are worried about losing their jobs. I think there's probably guys that push really hard to be allowed to play. And I know Rodgers did that, but he was kind of one of the unicorns when it came to Doc McKenzie, who actually could successfully convince him to let him play. Chewy, you did that at some point in your career, whether it was it the plantar fascia that you had that you came back in like a week or two? Like there's no way he wanted you out there then.
Yeah, but it was different back then. Pat, if we were willing to play, then he'd kind of
fudge the numbers.
Play, now it's not even a discussion, I don't think, because of liability reasons. They don't let guys out.
Right,
there.
and look, they don't have quite as many. The other thing that it seems that has changed, at least to some degree, is that they don't have quite as much money in per game roster bonuses, which was a program that they started many years ago, and it was basically, incentivized to play through injury because you didn't want to miss a bonus because you were inactive. And
there was also tremendous pressure from the coaches. I remember walking by Holmgren, and he would just say, "You're playing this week, you know that?" And, "Yes, sir." And Andy would walk by and call me a potato, and you can't do that stuff anymore. It's just a different game.
I mean, you would think they can't, but I think there's. I mean, maybe not that way. Maybe they're not like Kurt Russell going after Robbie McClanahan in Miracle, which actually I believe happened, where he's got the thigh bruise or whatever, candy ass.
Yeah.
The leg is a long way away from the heart or whatever he says in that speech. Like, I do think that there are probably instances, it may not be as overt as it was when Holmgren would have said that to you, but I bet there's still some of that. This is not, this is not the California Penal League. Like I can see them pushing guys that maybe they have questions about whether they could be playing through something or not. We saw it. I mean, let's be honest. There was clearly, I don't want to say pressure brought to bear, but there were clearly issues with Jair Alexander, right?
Yes.
And so there's definitely instances where maybe coaches don't see eye to eye with either the player or the medical staff.
Jason, before we let you go, it is that time of year where people start tracking the pre-draft visits for the Green Bay Packers. Under Brian Gutekunst, they have often drafted a number of guys that they have in for pre-draft visits. The numbers vary from year to year, but at least a handful of them. And Ted Hurst, wide receiver from Georgia State, is the first one to be reported. How likely are the Packers to draft a wide receiver this year?
Ooh, that's a good question. And by the way, I kind of feel like I guess it would be Marty McFly's grandfather who says, "Who the hell is John F. Kennedy?"
Yeah.
Who the hell is Ted Hurst? I wish Ted nothing but blessings and good luck in his NFL career. Yeah, first of all, to your early point, it is guys like Ted Hurst, who I'm guessing is not a first-round graded guy.
Correct.
They love to bring in day 3 guys, and it is to your point, you couldn't be more right, Jen. There is a very high percentage of day 3 guys. They kind of, I don't want to say they dink around with their visits for, first-round guys. Not that they need to do that this year, obviously, because for example, Jair Alexander, who I mentioned earlier, he had never heard from the Packers other than passing interest at the combine. So, that there's not a lot of breadcrumbs to follow for first-round picks most of the time. As far as drafting a wide receiver, I mean, they've got 5 now, right, that we know they're, like that old cell phone commercial, My 5. We know they're 5. But again, those 5 guys are not going to play all 17 games, all 5 of them. So I wouldn't be surprised. The issue is, of course, they need to turn some of their picks into more picks. So I think they need to trade back a couple of times during this draft. Because what do they have, Gabe? 7 picks? No first rounder?
No
and an
first
extra
rounder,
7?
2 sevenths.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that if there was a draft where we're going to see them move back, this would be the one.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, everybody. Take care. Be good.
He's Jason Wilde. You can listen to him on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every weekday morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. For what it's worth, Gabe, Ted Hurst, 6'4", 206, RAS, what is that, relative athletic score, 9.91, consensus board rank 85, tall, highly athletic pass catcher who produced 2,000 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons at Georgia State.
Sounds like a raw guy that you can bring in. And the other thing that Jason didn't say, they've got 3 guys, and I fully expect them to sign 1, but there's 3 guys currently on the roster who have their deals expire at the end of the year in Watson, Reed, and Wicks. And the chances of all 3 of them being back next year are low. So you do have to backfill that position. So you've got somebody ready to go for next year when inevitably 1, 2 of those 3 aren't even here.
But my question would be, why wasn't he in the transfer portal?
He did transfer from Valdosta State to Georgia State and just decided to stay at Georgia State for his last year. I did read that.
Fair.
All right, we'll take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to this morning, including Jackson Chourio out for a bit. We'll talk about that and the Brewers after this.
Bunzel's celebrating their 50th year in business. As a family-owned and operated meat market, it's a vital part of our community. I have loved going there ever since I moved to Milwaukee back in 2013. The second I heard about Bunzel's, I go out there. I don't stop going there. So make plans for you to stop by Bunzel's this week and take a look at these weekly specials. Marinated chicken party wings, $6.49 a pound. Fresh Polish sausage, $5.89 a pound. Chicken leg quarters, $2.79 a pound. And with baseball being back, Bunzel's has 30. That's right, 30 kinds of brats waiting for you. And Easter, that's coming up next Sunday, April 5th. So order your Easter meal. See bunzels.com for details. Again, of the 30 brats that they have, honey mustard cheddar. That's the best one. You can try the other ones, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to go back for the honey mustard cheddar. I give those to people like as gifts for the holiday season because they love them so much. Bunzel's, 90th and Burleigh. Check them out right here in Milwaukee.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Things are looking pretty good. Northbound on 41 is the only real heavy spot we've got is basically from North Avenue to Burleigh. Eastbound 94, maybe a quick brake check coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th Street, but that's pretty much it. Everything else is rolling along just fine. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny skies, a slight chance for afternoon snow showers, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Smalls here. If it feels like everybody's sick right now, you aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt that you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs and other common illnesses. It's in your kit the moment you need it. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at the pharmacy, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook and call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Order your medical emergency kit online in minutes and it ships to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Again, that's $45 off with promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's urgentcarekit.com/smalls, promo code SMALLS.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Thanks, Ernie. I'm going to Venmo you that money right after the show.
You can't. You don't know how to use Venmo.
Made my workload much less. But Ernie,
you don't know how to
Ernie,
do it, and I don't know
does
how to
it ever?
it. So
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents a day? That's what I have with my Good Health Sauna. And you can see them in person this weekend at the State Fair Expo Center's Home and Garden Show. It's the perfect chance to step inside, compare models, ask questions about just how easy they are to install. And guys, they are so easy. When they came to my house a few years ago, it took them about an hour, maybe a little more, to put the whole thing together. Good Health Sauna has been doing this for 20 years. They back their saunas with a true lifetime warranty. So if an infrared sauna has been on your list, find Good Health Saunas at the State Fair Park Expo Center this weekend and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you. Soren weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line saying the Packers have spoken with many guys besides Ted Hurst. It's all over the internet who we've been speaking with. Just want to be clear, we are talking about the pre-draft visits. The visits, not just the people that Gutey chit-chats with at some of these pro days and at the combine, etc. I want to get back to baseball because yesterday obviously was a fantastic day for your Milwaukee Brewers. Just an absolutely enormous outpouring of offense. 14-2 the final score, not to mention how well Jacob Misiorowski and the entire staff really did on the mound. But before the game even started, we got news that was a little bit troubling. Jackson Chourio to the IL, apparently in the World Baseball Classic. He took a ball off his hand, got a fracture. Probably didn't think much of it, but here we are now, and it is going to keep him out for, what did they say, 2 to 4 weeks?
2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 4.
How concerning is this, Gabe?
I'm not that concerned at this point because, again, when you first hear broken hand, you're thinking like 6 to 8 weeks, right? And this did happen at the beginning of the World Baseball Classic. Kind of explains why he didn't hit all that well for Team Venezuela. His numbers weren't great in the World Baseball Classic. And it makes sense because he was dealing with a hairline fracture on his hand. And the initial imaging that they did at the time didn't seem to bring up anything too concerning. So I am not that worried because this team, again, they've got some depth to be able to handle this in the short term. Again, if it's a long-term injury, you'd be more concerned, but 2 to 4 weeks, if he misses, again, even if you go to the conservative part of that and go all the way to the 4 weeks, I think this is a team that should be able to weather the storm without Jackson Chourio.
And they showed him in the dugout yesterday. He's not even casted. So can't be that big of a deal. I mean, I broke my thumb twice. And I know it was years ago, but I was casted for a while. So the fact that he's not even in a cast, I don't think it's very concerning at all. Must not be that big of a hairline fracture.
Yeah, I think they just want to make sure it heals and it's just not a lingering thing for the entire season. Kind of like last year with William Contreras, who played the entire season with a broken finger. Like, it just wasn't going to heal because he was going to play through it. And again, he had an okay season. He was a little bit down for him because he had, again, trying to swing a bat with a broken finger. So just making sure, hey, let's make sure you're healthy. We've got some. They bring up Blake Perkins, who a lot of people thought was going to make the opening day roster to begin with. And oh, by the way, they were trying to think of, okay, how are we going to get Jake Bauers more at bats because he's incredibly hot coming out of spring training. So he starts in left yesterday, hits a home run. Again, long-term over 162, you want Jackson Chourio, but I think they should be able to handle this injury in the short term.
We mentioned, Chu, that the offense had an absolute explosion yesterday. Gabe, who was most impressive for you as far as the guys who were able to produce yesterday? I think we expected this offense to hit. I'm not sure that we knew it would happen as quickly, and it is baseball. There will be ebbs and flows. I don't expect them to put up double digits on a nightly basis all season long, but there were some guys who I feel like really announced themselves yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it helps when you walk 10 times. When the other team can't throw the ball over the plate, that always helps when you get 10 free base runners. I guess the thing that I walked away from the game yesterday is it's easy to see why. Because during spring training, you heard Murph singing the praises of David Hamilton. And I guess I was a little surprised that he started at third base over Luis Rengifo, who ended up getting into the game anyway. But there was one point in the game where Hamilton had walked, had a base hit with an RBI, had gotten on via catcher's interference, stole third base without a throw, and made a bare hand play at third look as routine as that play could possibly make. Like, he's the most Pat Murphy guy that ever existed. Like, he's just going to be this gritty guy. Yeah, he doesn't have, other than the speed tool, he doesn't have anything that's going to scream off the page at you, but he just kind of puts everything together and is going to grind out at bats and be a gritty player. And it took me 4 innings to go, oh yeah, this is why Murphy loves David Hamilton this much. This is why David Hamilton's starting at third on opening day.
It's just nice to see guys kind of picked up from where they left off last year. You know, your Tarang and Yelly going 2 for 4. You know, that's encouraging. I don't know why. I don't know why nationally they don't like this lineup. I mean, you put Chourio in there. Mm-hmm. There's not there's not really a weak
because
spot.
they don't have a big bopper, Chew. That's the problem.
Who cares?
Right? Hey, look, I'm right there with you, but I think that's why they don't get the respect because they don't have someone where you go, you know, oh, this guy, he's going to have 30, 35, 40 home runs, drive in a bunch. They don't have somebody that just screams off the page. Now, again, I think Bryce Terang can take a step forward this year. Once Jackson is healthy, I think he can take a step forward this year, and they just have a pretty balanced lineup from top to bottom.
So they do it a different way. Big deal.
Yeah.
You know, don't let the game get out of control. Be, you know, when you do struggle a little bit, be within reach towards the latter innings. Put guys in position. You saw it yesterday with Contreras. Was the bases loaded when he knocked in the 3?
Yep.
You know? Fundamental baseball game.
That's what they do, man. That's Brewers baseball.
They do it well. You know? So who cares if there's no flash? You don't have an Aaron Judge that's knocking one out every big flipping deal.
What was the biggest story coming out of yesterday? Because we got 3 of them that you could, debate. You got Misiorowski's performance. You got the offense having the 14 runs they put together, and of course you have the Jackson Chourio injury. Biggest story you think was Miz?
It's Miz. I don't think it's particularly close.
What's the closest he got to 104?
His first pitch was 101.
Okay.
His first pitch was 101, and then he was kind of sitting 98, 99. I don't know if he hit triple digits the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was nice to see, the first batter up hits a dinger. He stayed the course, stayed the course, didn't panic.
Because the exciting part about me for Miz yesterday, the 11 strikeouts are sick, right? Like, it's Brewers' opening day record, and, he breaks that record. It's not even close. Like, he wasn't particularly efficient yesterday.
Full counts.
Oh, yeah. Full count. Like, I was surprised. I was honestly surprised when he went out for the 5th inning. I thought after he got through the 4th, like, okay, early in the season, he's right around 80 pitches. Okay, that's going to be it. Well, they brought him up for the 5th, and he sat. That was his lone 1-2-3 inning was the 5th inning. So he ends up at 94 pitches. But he's got room to grow still. It's not like he is still a complete product, and he just struck out 11 on opening day, which is a Brewers record by 3 strikeouts. Like he's doing things that we haven't seen before for this organization, and yet still has room to get better. That's exciting.
Most exciting Brewers player since fill in the blank, Chew.
Yelly. When Yelly started out.
Yeah, prime Yelly. MVP Yelly.
Yeah. Were you guys okay with replay? I loved it. But it was interesting how they were talking, Levering and Rock, about who's allowed on the Brewers team to call replay. The pitcher is not, which I like that. I don't think the pitcher should because they think everything's a strike.
Yeah, and Misiorowski.
I liked it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and it worked out for the White Sox. I mean, I think they had 3 challenges that worked out in their favor right away in that game. And Miz kind of talked about that, Chew, saying, like, man, I have no idea. I can't really see the strike because he's fallen. He's on the mound. He's fallen off the mound. So, yeah, if the Brewers are on defense, the only one who can challenge a ball strike call is Contreras. Which, again, that's the way to do it. The catcher's sitting there. He's stationary. He knows what the zone is.
Can they do it in the reverse, though? Say if you're a batter and they call a strike when it's a ball. Can you challenge that?
Yeah.
Or can you just challenge? You can?
Yeah, you can challenge either way. Yeah, the hitter or the batter.
Because Murph was like, okay, you can do that as long as you're right, but when you're wrong, you're going to lose your privileges.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I think it's like anything else. There's got to be some psychology and some strategy to it as well, right? Well,
that's why the Brewers were going to try, they were going to have the green light, red light situation where early in training camp, they had, signs they were putting up on the dugout for batters to, okay, this is a situation where we're going to allow you to challenge. Or if they've got the red up there, then baseball said, no, that's helping. We're not going to allow that as part of the ABS. So that was something the Brewers were going to try in spring training that ultimately, so you just have to talk with the hitters before, hey, here's a situation. You're going to be allowed to challenge. You're not allowed to challenge. So everybody just has to know that when they're going up to the plate.
800-990-3776. Jacob Misiorowski with a performance for the ages yesterday, and we hope that it is just the beginning for another incredible season for the young hurler. 11 strikeouts. Is he he's the most exciting Brewer since who? Let us know. Chewy and Gabe both seem to agree. Yelich MVP. Got any other candidates? Anyone else you're super excited about? Maybe it was Jackson Chourio when he was starting to get regular, at-bats, regular playing time. Maybe you're excited about some of the guys they have in the farm system. But right now, Jacob Misiorowski is the most exciting Brewer since who? Let us know, 800-990-3776. Got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to this morning, including a big announcement from our friends over at Thanalysis Live. That's next.
Nothing goes better with buzzer beaters than a cold Yuengling beer. Whether you're following your brackets or just in it for the snacks, Yuengling is the go-to game day beer. Hosting a watch party? Stock up on Yuengling Traditional Lager. That's what I've got in my house. Or maybe you want to try Flight by Yuengling. That's the next generation of light beer. Maybe, again, if that's not your style, maybe somebody who's coming over, they're going to love that light beer. So stock up on that as well. Great beer, great hoops. It's the perfect excuse to take a long lunch break, especially now that baseball is back too. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. Family owned and operated for 6 generations. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on March 31st.
Chourio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in March 31st at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
A very hearty hello to you good people out there. I'm Ruth from Hurricane Bank. I suppose you thought I was in Downpatrick in County Down, but I'm right here in the Mayfair Collection branch of Hurricane Bank. Did you know that Hurricane Bank has been serving people like your good selves for 130 years? So they're good at it. Come on in to any of our 20 branches and see for yourselves.
Member FDIC.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
I'm not against shopping online. In fact, you can check out our huge selection at BurkhartSportingGoods.com. But when you're ready to buy, Burkhart should be your only stop. Because here, you can grab hold of the Midwest's largest selection of baseball bats, gloves, and equipment, and take all the swings you need in our indoor batting cages to make sure you buy the right bat. And when you buy your new mitt, we'll steam and custom fit it for you right on the spot. This is Brian Burkhart, and when you love baseball and softball like we do, you can't beat Burkhart. If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burkhart Sporting Goods Team Outfitting Division is the best you'll find. With an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service, you can't beat Burkhart.
Craig Carmison on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If it's gotten to the
I
point...
don't think shower.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to take a shower? You just told me you're offended by your own BO.
No, but I think it's deodorant, Gabe. Showering does nothing. It really doesn't.
You are wrong.
Because
you must be showering wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Can you feel it? The thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating three. You know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration, and it's the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Man, what it would have been like to be at the Potawatomi Sportsbook yesterday for all of the baseball action. You can catch it all in a supreme space. You know about the drinks. You know about the atmosphere. You know about the monster video walls. So what are you waiting for? Get over to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. More information available online. Must be 21 years old to enter the casino. We have a big announcement for all of our loyal listeners here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. You, of course, know that Thanalysis Live is going on tonight at the Riverside Theater. Great turnout. Tons of people expected. And Thanasis has decided he's going to open up the second deck. That's right. The second level of the Riverside Theater was going to be closed off, was going to be a little bit more of an intimate gathering, folks just sitting on the lower level. But he's decided he wants to open up the second level, and he wants to give away those tickets for free. So if you have not been able to secure tickets to Thanalysis Live tonight at the Riverside Theater, now is your chance. All you need to do is text the word live, L-I-V-E, live, to our Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776, and we will give you 4 complimentary tickets in the second level to Thanalysis Live. That's right. Right now, text L-I-V-E to our Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776 to get 4 tickets to Thanalysis Live tonight.
And of course, with Thanalysis Live, it's not just the main guest is the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who is one of the best storytellers out there. So you've got that. But on top of it, Jacob Misiorowski, fresh off of his historic performance on opening day, him and the 2-time National League Manager of the Year, Pat Murphy, also going to be special guests. So you get to hear from them. You got to take advantage. You got to go. I mean, Thanalysis Live is something that they're still, like the Thanalysis podcast. They put out the clips still from the last couple of years. Stephen A. Smith was one of the special live guests. Again, these are just the announced people. I don't know if Jen has more information. Jen's a part of the show tonight. I don't know. Do you know who any of the special guests are? Do you?
Sure don't.
Oh, okay.
Sure don't know
trust
any
you
of
with
the
that information?
Sure don't know any of the special guests who might be showing up this evening for Thanalysis Live.
Yeah. Well, again, you probably wouldn't be able to say.
Is it hot in here? Is it getting hot in here?
She does know.
What's going on?
She does know.
Might have to take off this sweatshirt. Get a little steamy in here.
She does know. But again, the guests are always going to be fantastic.
3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. If you text live, L-I-V-E, to that number right now, we're going to give you 4 complimentary tickets to Thanalysis Live. Whoa, and all of a sudden, the Carbless Talk and Text line is just popping off. All right, folks. Poor Josh, he's got his work cut out for him all of a sudden.
Starts tonight, right? 7 o'clock at the Riverside?
I have to be there earlier than that, so I'm not sure exactly what time it starts. But that sounds, I thought it started earlier, but I have to be there at 5.
Okay.
Don't show up at 5.
You know where you're parking?
I'm probably going to park right in the.
Yeah, I was about to say, just park
here,
this
right?
garage and walk over.
That's what I'll do. Use my. Speaking of, I think I figured out the parking structure. I really did. I think that when you go in the left entrance, it automatically reads your license plate. I think you go in the right entrance, you have to scan your card. I think. This is a theory. I haven't been able to fully test it out, fully test out the hypothesis, but I think this is what it is, Gabe.
I mean, it's never read my license plate, so I got to scan if I'm in the left or if I'm in the right. So I don't know if that's true or not.
There you go.
I can't help it again. My license plate's never been read. I've always had to scan my way in. So that's, again, Josh has had it happen sometimes, other times, so I think he's got to start paying attention to see if that helps him out.
Left or right, Joshy? We got to figure out if it's the left side or the right side. Again, we are giving away tickets on the second level of the Riverside Theater for Thanalysis Live tonight. That's right, it is tonight. If you text live, L-I-V-E, to 800. Wow, now my brain just stopped. What's the card?
800-990-3776.
Thank you. Wow, weird. It just went poof.
Just disappeared?
Gone. It's always there. I don't even think about it.
Were you going to say any number,
talking.
or you just froze?
800-990-3776. Okay. It's just, I can't think about it. If I think about it, then I can't remember it. But if I just go into the archive and autopilot, and you know me, autopilot works so well for us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll be right back after this. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, now starting to slow down before Holly Road all the way past 35th Street. The westbound side is slowing down from 35th Street just to Mitchell Boulevard. On the northbound side of 41, we got backups just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound still looking pretty clear, as is southbound 43. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny skies, a slight chance for afternoon snow showers, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hardworking, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Jacob Misiorowski is the most exciting Brewer since who? Jeff in the 414 weighing in saying he's the most exciting Brewer since Prince Fielder or Ryan Braun. I could get with that. That era obviously had a lot of stars, and maybe it was one of those sum of the parts type of thing, but somebody from that era, whether you were a Prince fan, whether it was Brawny, I could see either of those guys being a totally justifiable answer for the Miz is the most exciting Brewer since. Derek weighing in, going back even further, he says, I got to go with Ben Sheets. I'll keep it pitching with pitching, which is crazy because he's already has more talent than Ben Sheets. Would you agree with that right now Miz has already shown he's got more talent than Ben Sheets?
I would say, I guess raw talent if we're just talking about like the arm being live, but Ben was an unbelievable pitcher. Like, he knew how to use his secondary stuff. He just knew how to. Ben's problem was he just couldn't stay healthy, unfortunately, for a big chunk of his career. But, the excitement around Ben Sheets, especially because the way he came in, winning the gold medal game for Team USA over Cuba in the Olympics in 2000, he had a lot of hype surrounding him when he came in. But, Miz, again, he's getting the hype because of the triple digits that he hits. And that becomes exciting. The strikeout numbers. And, that's where Ben was excelling. He struck out 17 in a game. That's the franchise record for the Brewers because of Ben Sheets. So I can see it. Like, the arm's more live. Ben was a better overall pitcher, though. Not to say Miz can't get there. Miz certainly can. He's got a lot of room to grow, which is the exciting part with Misiorowski.
Chew, when you think... Go ahead.
Where's he at contractually? Do they need to... do like a Chourio deal with him?
Well, so they wanted to, Chew, I think they wanted to last year, and his agent rejected it.
But he's got a long ways till free agency,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chew, if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of Brewers players, and I'm not saying that Jacob Misiorowski belongs on it now, so don't miss me with that thought. But who is on your Brewers Mount Rushmore? Is it as simple as Robin Yount?
Yount's on the top. Paul Molitor, Raleigh Fingers is up there.
Raleigh did win a Cy Young with the Brewers, but he was only here for 2 years.
No, but I'm just name recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was kind of a drought.
The 90s, yeah. The 90s was a giant drought.
There was a drought, and then you go, like Prince Fielder, you go Brawny. You go, obviously, Yelly. Those would be my Mount Rushmores. Am I missing anyone?
Well, you got a lot more than 4. So.
Yeah. The Mount Rushmore's typically, Yount and Molitor are there, and then the other ones Chewy listed are the ones that are battling for the last 2 spots.
So you got Prince, you got Braun, you got Yelich.
I would throw Sheets on there. Probably Corbin Burns because he won a Cy Young.
Fair.
Those are the guys that I would throw on there. And
so this is tougher than you thought.
Because again, it's a smaller. I would probably
Braun
go,
had the MVP.
Yeah,
if you're trying to look for margins.
Yeah, Yelly's got an MVP too. Yeah, and the Braun.
So does that eliminate Prince Fielder?
Probably.
Fair or unfair?
He was just a fan favorite.
Yeah,
he was so good.
He was good, but he's And again, the problem is the bar is so high with Yount and Molitor because they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
None of these other guys, like Prince isn't going to get in. Braun's not going to get in. Yelly's probably not going to get in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Man, it's... I mean, I would probably put Yelly in there.
Raleigh's
this
in, Gabe. Raleigh is in.
Raleigh's in, but again, he spent 2 years here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not... I don't think that's long enough. I'd put probably Yelly as number 3 because, again, he is the face of the franchise during this best stretch in franchise history. He won an MVP in that stretch. He's kind of been the leader, the guy who's been here for it all.
Yeah. Who's the best manager?
Well, for what it's worth, guys, I do have some folks who are weighing in saying that Yuke's got to be on the list. And, guys, I think we're referring to players specifically.
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
otherwise, yeah, Yuke's number 1.
Right.
Then it's Yount.
Obviously, Yuke is legendary, but he is legendary as the broadcaster and for a long time the face of the Milwaukee Brewers. But if we restrict this to player exclusive, I think that makes it a little bit easier.
But what if he went coaches? I mean, Murph with 2 Coach of the Years gets 1 more. I mean, that's pretty darn good.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. And they've been to, I mean, they went to the NLCS. But, I mean, they got to a Game 7 of the NLCS with Craig. He's got the most wins in franchise history. Obviously went to World Series with Bamberger. Or, excuse me, with Harvey Keene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Murph's not on the top of the list yet. He's working his way there.
Yeah.
Were you surprised, Chu, yesterday when we were talking to all the folks out at AmFam Field? And I believe it was Sean who gave us the list of the jerseys, who sells the most merch. I wonder if we could rattle that off. So it was...
Chourio was 1. Yelly was 2. Contreras, Miz, and who was... Oh, Terang was in there too. But those were the top 5 in some order.
Surprised at all by that? I mean, Yelly holding on strong.
Bit.
You would think that everybody has a Yelly jersey by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they keep coming out with new ones, Jen. If you got one, you got to get the powder blue.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching a little bit of Jeff Passan yesterday, and he was saying that, Miz could be the real deal this year, which I would think, just because of his name, it's kind of unique. I mean, he could put a dent in national sales.
Yeah, especially if he keeps making appearances on shows like Pat McAfee.
Sure.
That just
stratosphere.
Yeah, that just gives you a larger sports audience. Because again, baseball's still pretty niche, and I
think he just relates well because he's kind of a big dopey kid, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
He is not somebody that is he is grounded, I guess is the best way to put it. Somebody who gets that excited over the Pokemon cards. Like everybody, even if Pokemon cards aren't your thing, there's something that you get excited about with that you can relate to Miz.
Well, you guys curious what Miz's odds are right now for Cy Young in the National League?
17.
What do you mean 17?
He's 17th on the list.
Better. You guys do this, and it's just like a foreign language to me. It's like you're talking Russian. Plus 250. Oh, plus 1,300. What?
You're the one who used to try to gamble for a living.
And not well. It didn't work out well for me. That's why I gave up on it. Why can't they make it easier?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
It ain't that easy.
He is 9th on the list in the National League. No surprise, Paul Skeens is at the top of the list. Then Chris Sanchez, Yamamoto, who I think we all remember very well from the NLCS. Yeah. Chris Sale, Zach Wheeler, Blake Snell, Logan Webb. So these are all the usual suspects. No big shocker here. Freddie Peralta.
And he finished 3rd in Cy Young last year.
Jacob Misiorowski. For what it's worth, Freddie Peralta and Jacob Misiorowski tied when it comes to National League Cy Young odds at plus 2,000. And I got to be honest, guys, that seems like something I might drop a small amount of money on.
Sprinkle $10 on.
100%. If he has the season that we're all hoping that he has and he finds himself in the Cy Young race, makes it that much more exciting.
Again, for him, it's about finding the consistency. That's what I'm curious to see. How is he going to do in his next start? Because opening day is an easy one to get up for, right? The ballpark is packed. Everybody's cheering for you. To me, that's an easy one to get up for. But, I mean, what are you going to do in your next start when the stadium's got 25 or 30,000 people in it? And it's okay, it's a Tuesday afternoon or whatever, can you get yourself and do everything you need to do in between starts to get yourself ready? That's the big question for Miz, because that's what happened to him last year. He kind of waned, as we got toward the end of the season, as some of the luster wore off of having your major league debut, and then he perked up for the postseason. So we know, again, and that's a great thing. That's a great skill to have, being able to bring yourself and meet those big moments. But baseball, in the long haul, over 162, and winning an award like the Cy Young is about, okay, how do you do over the course of 30 starts? Because start number 5, start number 13 counts just as much in your numbers to win an award like that as start number 1.
And I think, again, you watch what Paul Skeens went out and did yesterday. Nobody questions Paul Skeens as far as one of the best pitchers in the game. But he took the loss yesterday. And he's probably going to take a bunch of losses. And how much does that matter when you're starting to weigh? I mean, again, I recognize that.
Did you see what O'Neill Cruz did in center field?
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
I didn't see.
It's awful. Just avert your eyes. Nobody, do not show it to Chase. I don't want him to get any ideas of how to poorly play the outfield.
What did he do?
Oh, it was just bad. Bad.
Did he just
center field.
read it wrong off the bat?
God,
or?
yes. Oh, yeah. Like a bunch of the runs Skeens gave up yesterday are directly on O'Neill Cruz in center field.
Hey,
directly on.
Have you guys checked on Joshy? Is he still doing okay?
Yeah,
I'm right here.
You know what he's probably doing? He's probably navigating all of the folks who have texted in to go to Thanalysis
I just wanted
Live.
to make sure he's
kicking.
He's okay.
Oh, because of yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. You want us to do? Should we breathalyze her?
You know what he should do? Rechew. Even though he did it,
I was about to say, he put it all
guarantee
together.
he wouldn't go
next,
5
right?
for 5.
Yes. Yeah, I think Josh knows the answers because,
I wrote the question and the answer.
Yeah, so you know what? Back off. The fact that he was able to get Rechew done yesterday while also tying one on is pretty impressive. Chef Ed weighing in on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. He says his Mount Rushmore is Yount, Molitor, Braun, and Yelich.
I have a problem with Braun.
Yeah, so do I.
I get it because he won an MVP. But if I could avoid putting him on there, I would.
I think a lot of people would.
The whole cheating scandal just still sits.
Yeah, that was.
And the number of people.
And then throwing the guy under the bus.
Yeah, again, like you pop the positive test, you pop the positive test. We just saw that in Atlanta with Jurickson Profar.
Yeah.
You pop a test, you pop a test. You just got to eat it.
And those guys are the nicest guy. We had Ken the Piss Man, and he was wonderful. He was really a really nice guy. Not in a million years would I think of doing that to him. He had the most interesting shoes. You know?
And you have the most interesting contributions.
I'm telling you.
Would he show up wearing wooden clogs?
They were almost like, what was the movie where was that the Oompa Loompas where they curled?
Yes, I think so.
They were close to that.
Or the Munchkins. It might have been the Munchkins from Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yeah. But now you're making me think of Shawshank Redemption because there's that line of, how often do you really look at a man's shoes?
I know I was out late last night, but what the hell are we talking about?
So
it's a fever dream, Joshy.
So let me see if I can connect these dots. I had mentioned how I was uncomfortable with putting Ryan Braun on a Mount Rushmore because of the cheating allegations, and he threw a lot of people under the bus, including the sample collector. So Chewy then started talking about the sample collector when they took tests in Green Bay, and he had apparently interesting shoes.
He did. You know how hard it is to go through like 60 guys on a football team and just say nipples to knees all day long? That was the rule.
I'm not even sure what nipples to knees means, but it's funny to say.
You have to pull your shorts down to your knees and your shirts up to your nipples.
Simultaneously?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you can't do it at the same time. You got to pick one first, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the shorts.
Yeah. Have you guys ever drug tested?
No.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I've got some interesting stories.
We got to take a break. We got to get to Rechew. We've got Craig Karmazin coming up. We'll continue talking about your Milwaukee Brewers and a dynamic start to the season right after this.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, it's the time right now because Pella of Wisconsin offering 0% interest financing all the way until 2032. That's right, 0% interest until 2032. In Wisconsin, you already know your home can take a beating with all the different seasons that we experience. But that's why the right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look And that's what I've experienced ever since I got a new door from Pella of Wisconsin. One lucky homeowner is going to win up to $5,000 off their new Pella window or door project when they schedule an appointment at the Home and Garden Show. So go check them out. Stop by the Pella booth and ask a Pella representative for details. Or if you just want to get started right now, head to PellaWI.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some delays on westbound 94 coming out of the 35th Street area towards Hawley Road. Eastbound's backed up from right through the Stadium interchange to 35th. We've got northbound on 41 backing up from about Mayfair Road up past North Avenue where there is an accident off on the left shoulder. And it continues kind of heavy all the way up to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny skies, a slight chance for afternoon snow showers, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. Weather's brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Upgrade your wellness routine with an in-home infrared sauna. Visit goodhealthsaunas.com and check them out at the Home and Garden Show, March 20th through the 29th at the State Fair Park Expo Center. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall. Home to your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination, 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
Win big with Quick Trip's Red Zone Midwest Tour. You could drive away in a 2026 Chevrolet Traverse Z71. Want in? Stop into Quick Trip. Purchase any qualifying fried chicken or Coca-Cola product with Quick Rewards and you're automatically entered. Want to boost your odds? Grab both in the same stop and you'll score 5 bonus entries. Full details at QuickTrip.com/Red Tour. Delicious chicken, ice cold Coca-Cola, and one incredible ride. Quick Trip's Red Zone Midwest Tour.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Any of those things because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm burping up my apple right there. That's what that was. I wasn't pausing for effect. I literally was burping my apple.
Can we just go to break?
No. On 94.5 ESPN.
All right,
Wisconsin, it's tournament time, and Wanna Parlay is where players go to win. From Madison to Milwaukee and everywhere in between, if you're building brackets and backing your picks, now you've got even more ways to cash in, and with brand new alternative lines on Wanna Parlay. More control, more strategy, bigger upside. I'm going all favorites tonight. I like Duke -6.5, UConn -1.5, and Michigan -9.5 as well. Don't forget the world's richest parlay is waiting. Download Wanna Parlay in the App Store today and use code JGC for a 100% deposit match up to $250. That's code JGC. This tournament, don't watch it, play it today with the world's richest parlay, Wanna Parlay. Must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Rechew.
All right, big guy, how you feeling today?
Better than Joshy, the bag.
All right, we've got 5 questions. Quizzing Chewy on the things that he has said throughout the course of the week. You get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. Joshy, start with question number 1.
No, I used to talk on those things all the time until I found out how much
they cost. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What did you used to talk on all the time?
The phones on the airplanes years ago. Yeah.
That's 6 in a row now for our guy.
Dialed.
It's just running it up.
Locked
5
in.
and 5 last week.
Feed
Gets
me.
the first one this week.
Heat check.
Feed me.
All right, let's go ahead. Number 2.
You get it for the prize. I mean, I would rip open just to get the tattoos.
What old snack did you only get for the toys?
Cracker Jacks. These are easy.
Do you think Joshy made them easy for your sake?
No, this is what I think. He did them after yesterday's show as quick as he could so he could go.
I did them this morning.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Question number 3.
We might have a run the table situation here.
I do, but I don't. God, I yelled at him one time. I feel so bad about it. I do, but I don't. Oh, Austin Della.
Why?
Because he's a dip-yip.
No.
Is Wyatt part of the question?
No, but I was just seeing if you can remember why did you feel bad? Again, who did you sort of feel bad for yelling at was the question.
Austin, because he didn't hit my kid on a corner route where he was wide open.
So I've spoken with Austin since then. He does say it was accurate, and it was the only time you yelled at him, but he said he missed your son twice on fade routes.
Wait, time out. Austin was the quarterback of the football team?
Yes.
Yes.
I had no idea.
I've known Austin since he was probably 6 years old. Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew that y'all were family friends. I didn't know he was the quarterback for your high school football team.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty good too.
Overthrew the 6'4"
Chourio.
Chewy twice. And,
See, I don't
and
remember
fade
that.
routes.
I think I felt so bad in the middle of the game. I couldn't do it again. Because he is a real nice kid.
But he does, in case you were wondering, he does indeed distinctly remember you yelling at him. All right, you've already won. Let's just see if we can make it another 5 for 5 week. Question number 4.
Yeah, I swear it was Diet Coke.
Who was drinking, quote, Diet Coke?
I don't know. But I don't.
No guess whatsoever.
This feels like a Wednesday one. I don't remember this at all.
Who was drinking Diet Coke?
You swear
Don't
it
know.
was Diet Coke.
Don't know.
It was Brett at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Wink, wink. Wink. We had to sneak him out the back door one place. It was hilarious. That's all I'm giving you.
All right, we got one more.
Question number 5.
I think the fans should get together and have a lockout.
Why should fans get together and have a lockout?
Because I'm sick of these streaming services, you know? Don't even know where the heck to watch a
That
game.
one.
What?
I thought there was a 0 chance you'd get that.
Really?
Hey, he went 4 for 5 on you this week, Joshy.
After going 5 for 5
and
last week.
Netflix, and it's just like, can we have one station for football? One. Not that hard.
This is very old man yells at cloud.
Yes.
And they do have one for that. It's called the NFL Network.
Which I have. But it won't be on the NFL Network if it's on Netflix or Peacock.
Yeah, they don't show games on the NFL Network, do they? I think there's like one.
They
Are there more
all
than
the
one?
international games.
International games, yeah.
All the international games.
I watched the Brewer game on MLB Ticket. It was wonderful. Nice and easy. And then I have the option to either watch it on Chicago White Sox or Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, that's part of MLB.TV.
What'd you pick?
I won't. Got to go with my guy,
Okay,
Jeff.
just making sure. Thought you might try to change it up a little.
I mean,
Let's
if
hear
you
what
pick
those
the
White
audio,
Sox announcers are saying.
Yeah, if you pick the audio, we'd be supporting our team anyway. ESPN 1000, home of the Chicago White Sox. So you'd have been supporting, people he knows either way, or supposedly knows.
All right, Joshy, how you feeling, man? Chewy, 4 for 5 today.
He dominated me. It's 2 weeks in a row. I got to go back to the drawing board. I got to work on it. We got some things to figure out.
Make some adjustments.
You
Maybe
go take a
get
nap
a little more
first.
sleep.
Will Mussolini allow you to take a nap today?
I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't be so sure there, buddy.
How would she prevent him from taking a nap?
Do what my wife does. Wakes up every morning. And then she says she's being quiet. Because she gets up first, like to have her coffee first. And, the bathroom is right next to the wall.
She put her tap shoes on in the morning just to walk around the house.
Goodness.
By the way, when we were on the phone yesterday, I got an inside look into Chewy and Angie's.
I've been a part of those before.
Whew.
Yeah.
That one caught me off guard.
Yeah, she claims I own the whole property.
What do you
Because
mean?
I like to walk around when I talk to you guys, and can't you go somewhere else? I'm like, she is a rattlesnake in the morning. Yeah. Right, Josh?
Wait, if we call Josh's girlfriend Mussolini, should we call your wife Rattlesnake?
It's a lot of syllables, but yeah, I'd be good with it.
But what's the most respect I can show your wife? I am not giving her any nickname, anything
Your
that
Honor.
seems like is derogatory. Yes, Your Honor.
Your Majesty.
I think, yeah.
I don't know. I think Angie might respect Rattlesnake.
Well,
she
in the
might
morning-
actually see it as a badge of honor.
Not if Chewy's trying to get at her. Not if Chewy's trying to use it as a pop. I don't want to be a part of that.
The morning, I just call her the grind. Very simple. She's the grind.
How does that work out for you?
It doesn't.
Never does, bud.
God help it. If I leave the coffee grounds in the coffee maker, the world is going to end.
Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you leave them in there, and then next
Sometimes
time you
I
want to use
forget.
it, you empty.
Sometimes I'm not dialed in for rechew. Sometimes I forget to take the things out, and they sit there the next morning.
I guess I just thought that's how people did it with the coffee maker. That's what we do. Like, I made coffee this morning. I took some with me. My wife will take some with her. I'll dump out the coffee grounds
But right
tomorrow
away.
morning when I'm about to make
I do
more
it right
coffee.
away. Because then they get all hard, and it's just not a good thing.
Well, it's in the filter. It just kind of dumps out. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just when
I
you
think
get
we've
rid
done
of
a
them
little
when they're
bit too
hot.
much on coffee grounds, I'm going to be honest.
It's much easier.
Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by Infinity Exteriors lifetime workmanship warranty. They sponsor our Infinity Exterior Twitter poll, infinityexteriors.com. Craig Karmazin coming up next.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We got to back up eastbound on 94, making your way through the stadium interchange all the way to about 35th, the westbound side. Just a couple taps on the brakes west of the stadium. Northbound 41, watch out just north of North Avenue. We do have a crash on the left shoulder. Delays are starting from just before North Avenue all the way up to Burleigh. 43, we're looking good. North and southbound all the way to the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny, slight chance for afternoon snow shower, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof siding and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
If you're responsible for how money moves through your business, you won't want to miss this. Fifth Third Bank invites business owners, CFOs, controllers, and finance leaders to join us Tuesday, April 28th at St. Kate for a special event focused on the future of automated payables, integrated receivables, and modern cash management. Hear from industry experts on the latest technology, trends, and strategies, helping businesses improve efficiency, strengthen controls, and accelerate cash flow. Reserve your spot today by emailing rsvpmilwaukee@53.com. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Kyle Brust and Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can just save yourself so much time by going, okay, we like this guy, this guy, this guy. Let's take a look at all the different things he did at the combine. I just hit my phone, and now my hand is just tingling.
No,
what is with you two today? Jesus. Do you know how to function?
I just
On 94.5 ESPN.
Turn your kitchen into your own neighborhood pizzeria because Sendik's has a deal that you don't want to sleep on. It's going on now through April 1st. You can snag Connie's thin crust pizza for just $4.99. Look, Connie's is, if you haven't had it before, it's a different type of crust. Cornmeal on the bottom. It's crispy. It's fantastic. And of course, it's going to have all the flavor, all the toppings you come to expect from a Palermo's pie. But this one coming from Connie's, it's just $4.99. Don't wait. The delicious deal ends April 1st. When it's gone, it's gone. Only at Sendik's. Why spend the evening cooking? Let Connie's handle the oven. You handle the fun.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No. Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. The AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need Chewy.
They've had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah. Craig Carmison on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Craig Carmison joining us in studio. And who did you bring with you, Craig? You're not flying solo today.
Sophie is here, our chief love officer here at Good Karma Brands.
Hi, Sophie. Sophie's in my bag.
She's
Sophie
coming to
is
eat
in
your
my-
Uncrustable.
Yep.
She will
in my
eat
bag.
your. I would move your Uncrustable a little further over from the edge there. She's a counter surfer, that one.
Okay.
I wish I could get her on camera.
She's down here under my feet right now, but she'll be out. Maybe she'll pop out on one of these
She's
corners.
over here now. Yeah,
What
go
a
on. Heading back
sweetie.
over by Craig.
Craig, yesterday, obviously a big Brewers win, and we discussed a little bit about, a lot of developing stories. Misiorowski, the offense, obviously the Jackson Chourio injury that's going to sideline him for a stretch. What was the biggest storyline for you yesterday regarding the Milwaukee Brewers?
I mean, I think it was the 20 strikeouts. That is unbelievable. I heard you guys talking earlier about the things, and that's stunning. In a 27-out, 9-inning game in the history of the Milwaukee Brewers, the team had not struck out 20 opponents. And that wasn't just Miz, right? That's the other guys did their, sort of just, 5 innings for 11 for him, 4 innings for 9 for the rest of the guys.
Ashby, Anderson, Hall, and Woodford.
Yeah, including 2, 1-inning, 3K performances. So I just thought the pitching looked incredible. And when you think about last year where we were at this point, was that the opener against the Yankees?
Oh, the entire opening series, yes.
Where they
they got rocked.
Think about how the pitching started last year, where it was like at one point, I think there was a game, maybe the Saturday morning. It was like 11:30 in the morning, and the Brewers had already given up 6 home runs.
Yeah, Nestor Cortez, I think, gave up like 3 home runs on 4 pitches.
Yeah, so I just thought for the pitching to start that way, knowing that, we've thought about a little bit of a depth concern around injuries of the bullpen and everything. It was just great to see not only Miz look that good, but the entire, pitching staff look great.
Yeah, and look, the day didn't start on the happiest of note as we found out that Jackson Chourio has to hit the IL, but again, if it just feels like this team's different this year where they're capable of handling it. They've got depth. Obviously,
you're not saying different from last year, because last year they could handle things also unbelievably well.
But I don't think you felt that way after game one, going into game one, because like Caleb Durbin, who ended up having a fantastic year, Isaac Collins, like these two guys finished top 5 in Rookie of the Year. Like they weren't on the team. We didn't know what they could be. Whereas this year, you know what Blake Perkins is. And he's the one who comes up to replace him. You see what Jake Bauers can do. He's the one who replaces him in the lineup yesterday. It just feels like you have more confidence that this team's got the depth to be able to handle a short-term injury like Jackson Chourio.
But don't you also think every year that goes by, it becomes more of like, I'm going to trust this front office? Like the outrage over some of the deals that have happened in the past, we didn't see to the degree over Willy Adames not being re-signed, and then we certainly didn't see over Freddie Peralta being traded in the way that you would expect, and even the way that maybe it was a few years ago with Corbin Burns, right? Like I think the fan base is just so aligned. Like you have this aligned group of Murph who could talk about how much he loves Caleb Durbin, but also say, now I understand why we dealt this guy, and Matt did a good job on this trade, right? We have this aligned manager and front office, and we actually have a manager and front office and ownership alignment that now is aligned with the fan base, where I know the fan base feels the pain after a loss to the Dodgers, and they're like, oh, we should spend money like the Dodgers. But ultimately, I think this fan base trusts the organization in a really meaningful way.
Well, it's why yesterday, Craig, I actually thought that the offense was more impressive. And I know that that's going to sound crazy because, like you said, Misiorowski and the pitching staff went out and did what they did. They did the dang thing, right? But we knew that the pitching would be good. We talk every year about the Brewers pitching lab and how they take these guys and they figure out what their flaws are and they eliminate them and they play into their strengths. But every year we wonder about the lineup. Where's the power going to come from? How are they going to score? Small ball, Murph ball, whatever it is. And then David Hamilton, who was an acquisition in this offseason, goes out there and his fingerprints are all over everything that happened offensively yesterday, in addition to the guys. In other years, when you lose Jackson Chourio right before first pitch on opening day, the sky is falling and you're going, oh, great, here we go again, Wisconsin curse, et cetera, et cetera. And yet yesterday's lineup showed you they can hit. They can get on base. To Gabe's point, the White Sox helped out with that a little bit, putting him on base with all those walks. But like that to me was like the bright spot of, oh, we wondered about this lineup and look at how dominant they were in their opening day performance.
Well, how many hamburgers did George Webb, give away last year? I think Jackson Chourio was hurt during that entire streak, right? Like, so this team, values Jackson Chourio appropriately and the way it should, but it also has the confidence of knowing, oh yeah, we'll run off 15 or whatever that ended up being without Jackson Chourio last year. So, and by the way, they hadn't had, the power, while Jackson was out. So I think we all recognize the impact he has, but this team is not dependent on a player. So I heard you mention earlier to Chewy, and it's right. Like, there isn't that 40 home run guy at the center of this lineup. But this team won more games than any team in Major League Baseball last year and was very effective winning without Jackson.
Yeah, they've got a depth of a lineup that I think a lot of teams are jealous of and would love certainly to have. But I got to imagine you're pretty excited for tonight, Craig. Thanasis Live at Riverside. Again, free. You can get tickets, second level. Thanasis has opened it up. Just text live to 800-990-3776. You get 4 complimentary tickets.
I just heard that yesterday. I was talking to them, and they said, well, we were planning to fill, see if we could fill the whole lower level. And we sold out the whole lower level. So I was like, oh, okay, great. So we don't need to open up the second level? No. Thanasis decided to open it up and give them away all for free to thank all the fans. I was like, okay, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
One way to do it.
Yeah, it's sweet. So wait, okay, so what do people have to do if they want to come?
Text live, Live, to the Carbless Talk at text line, 800-990-3776. And a link will be sent to you, and you can get up to 4 complimentary tickets for tonight's event.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I was around the Bucks, for the last week. I was there in LA and Portland, and it's weird, right? Like, what's going on is weird. Like, this team has been good for 10 straight years. And so, you forget. I just heard Saturn Lounge mentioned at the beginning. Jim from Saturn Lounge is one of those guys who, he was standing up cheering, in the 33 and 49 year, our second year, after the great, Jabari Parker's second year when he got hurt that year, 15 and 67 the year before the Jabari Parker draft. And you know who were on those teams? Chris Middleton and Giannis and people who were the key to championship teams. And that's what I keep thinking about when I watch this team play. As I'm watching them go through a Portland game where Ryan Rollins Portland game where Ryan Rollins looks dreadful in the first half and all of a sudden explodes in the second half and has a career high, and where you see things out of Nance and out of Ousmane Dieng and all these different players where it's it's such a weird season because we're just used to winning all the time. But to me, that's what being a fan is. It's okay, I'm going to engage more and lean in this weird, awful season because that's going to make it that much more sweet when it comes around. So tonight to me is one of those awesome nights. It's going to be a celebration. As I talk to players, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go. So there'll be a bunch of Bucks players who will show up beyond Ric Flair, beyond Miz, beyond Murph. I think if I was a Milwaukee Brewer after how we played yesterday, I think I'd be looking to go out in public tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some surprise guests from that group. So I just think it's going to be so much fun, and the video production's fun. It's a cool venue at the Riverside. And it's if you're a sports fan, what else are you going to do on Friday night tonight? And it's free, by the way, now. If you weren't able to get in time for a lower level seat, you could still be part of it free, which is awesome.
Craig, a lot of people obviously paying attention to the local stuff. We're keeping our eye on the national storyline that is developing in the NFL with the replacement refs. Being here in Wisconsin, people feel a certain way when it comes to replacement refs.
Yes.
We don't need to get into that. But how concerned should fans be? And you talk about gambling, you talk about all of those additional elements if replacement refs are on the field when their team takes the field this fall.
I think Gabe remembers the Tech Terriers takeover.
Oh, yeah.
Were you here?
Oh, my goodness.
Or were you in Madison still for that?
The Tech Terrier, I remember the promotion.
If Chewy was here, he'd remember.
I was still in Madison, but I remember it still had different iterations.
Jen, do you know about the Tech Terriers takeover?
No, what happened?
Man.
So this was someone won us making over their man cave or woman cave.
Yeah.
Right. And then as part of the promotion, we would all come from ESPN Milwaukee to your house, watch Monday Night Football, and then sleep over and do the morning show. Chewy and I doing the morning show from your house. Chewy did not sleep over. He went home and came back. But it ended up being the Seattle Monday night game. So there ends up being this insanity around, what's his name? Tate?
Golden
Tate scores the touchdown. It's insanity. Packers lose. Refs are terrible. So we're sleeping in these people's houses. All the TV news trucks roll up because they know we're there and they want Chewy's comments on the replacement refs. So, we're there at 7 in the morning in these people's houses. People probably thought there was a murder in their neighborhood because all the TV trucks are pulled up there. So, anyway, that's my replacement ref story. But I don't think the gambling could be impacted by current refs. I think the speed of play, which the referee union has brought up, can be impacted. I think they've pulled some good triggers to get people worried, but I think we know the NFL refs are the best at what they do, and I'm not questioning the judgment or the morality of any replacement refs because I think people who referee at college levels and all that are great people who dedicate their lives to doing it. So I don't want to insult them. But it'd be the same if you said, hey, we're going to bring up college players to play the NFL. There's a reason the elite are the elite, and the NFL and the refs hopefully figure it out.
Craig, good to have you in studio with us. Thanks for bringing Sophie. That's a nice little treat.
Yeah, did you take her over there? You have her over there?
No, but she definitely tried to go through my bag.
Yeah, she really likes Uncrustables.
You have no idea. She has no idea what she's going to find in that bag, by the way.
You have no idea.
That's fair.
Let's celebrate Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sale is on right now. This month, they're celebrating with anniversary savings on over 1,400 cars, trucks, and SUVs, and they have payments as low as $250 a month with financing low as 0%. Plus, 2 years of included maintenance on them. The Ewald Automotive Group 62-year anniversary sales event. This month only at every Ewald location. Easy to find. They're everywhere here in southeastern Wisconsin. Or just head over to ewaldauto.com. Select models with approved credit. CDO for details. Expires month end.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Break down all the lines, the locks, and the long shots with a weekly wager.
Yes, we know you made it this far, but you lost the way we told you you have to stop losing.
With Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
You were a better team, you had a big lead, and then you did what we saw you do 3 weeks previous?
Tune in Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kizzire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
You ever notice that some people are picky when it comes to their beer? But Yuengling gets it. That's why they brew a beer for every taste. Start with a legend, a Yuengling traditional lager, a smooth amber lager that's been around longer than our great football rivalries. Then there's light lager. It's crisp and easy drinking. Golden Pilsner with a clean, refreshing taste, and the Black and Tan, a perfect blend of porter and Pilsner. Whether I'm tailgating, watching the game at a sports bar, just kicking back, I'm reaching for a Yuengling. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Let's celebrate Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sale is on. This month, we're celebrating with anniversary savings on over 1,400 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Payments as low as $250 a month. Financing as low as 0%. Plus, 2 years of included maintenance on us. The Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sales event. This month only at every Ewald location. Go to EwaldAuto.com. Select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50
That
straight
was
days at
very
burgers?
condescending. I just want to be clear.
that's not.
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
I can be. Come on,
On 94.5 ESPN.
Comes a point where you know there's time to do something for yourself. I wanted real goals, real change, and I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio. I'm starting that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I'm down over 35 pounds at this point. I also am down a couple pant sizes, have to buy some new ones. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, no counting calories or points. No drugs, surgeries, or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Milwaukee Weight Loss has helped thousands of people change their lives. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Fun day in studio today. Sophie made a visit. Craig made a visit. Ashton made a visit.
He did. I just love how you had to take your bag off the floor, though. Like, I don't know how many passes Sophie did with your bag on the floor.
She was nosing around
before
in there,
you're
too.
like, okay.
I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, is there a random beef stick in there? Possibly. You know, it was too dangerous to keep the bag on the floor. So
why is Sophie sick? I don't know. She was digging through Jen's bag.
Yeah. I mean, there's some leggings in there in case I run to a workout class. Probably a sports bra. Yeah. I mean, there's obviously all my face potions and lotions.
Well, again, we have a running list of things that you've kept in there over the years.
Why? I got a book. I mean,
Okay,
have we ever had a book on the list?
I don't think we've ever had a book on the list.
I'm big into books right now, guys. I'm trying to cut down on my scrolling. And so the way to do that is to have a book with you at all times because it will force you. Well, it doesn't force you, but at least you have another option. You can be like, I don't need to scroll right now. I have my book.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no, we've got 2008 newspapers on there.
That I don't have anymore.
Okay, yeah, but again, I don't know if you have all of these things.
Leggings?
Leggings.
Sports bra?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
flashlight, dirty diapers, fake
I
hair.
see somebody asking who or what is Sophie, and
Lines?
that is the dog.
Yeah.
That's Craig's dog, golden retriever that comes to the office.
Yeah, comes to the office just about every Friday.
How many hats do I have in this bag at this point? Like,
We got to go.
We got to back up eastbound on 94, making your way through the stadium interchange all the way to about 30.